99% of crypto investors are wrong and about to lose everything. Everyone is missing on what should be their main focus with Ethereum surging above $4,000. You should be focusing on low cap altcoins to buy and hold and outperform 99% of the crypto market. Today, I'm presenting a list of 6 altcoins with 1000x potential to make millions in upcoming couple months. Insane alpha at the end of the video. Make sure to watch till the end. No time to waste. Press the like button. Let's roll. First of all, let's look at the list of all of the altcoins available on the market. We see Ethereum at $4,200 at this stage, but most of altcoins, most of meme coins, even on Ethereum, they're not doing a lot at this stage. Mainly from my point of view. That's because Ethereum will be sucking out liquidity from the market for quite some time until it will allow for this liquidity to flow into the other place out there. And if you look on this list of all of these altcoins, you can ask yourself a question: will they make me rich? Will something like Sui, which I will be buying at $13 billion in market cap, actually make me rich? I can respond to this: probably not. Probably you're not actually becoming rich from buying something like this. So what you have to understand, what you have to figure out is actually a framework on how to pick altcoins that actually will allow you to win in this cycle. And it just happens I have this type of framework already, and it consists of several steps that you have to follow from your end. First, it should be altcoin from this cycle. Second, it should be a low cap. Third, it should has retail appeal plus support from big players, big businesses on this market. And on the example of one of the altcoins, we will go through it, and I will actually share the list of 6 altcoins that I'm most bullish on, I am holding, that I am terribly irresponsibly long on this market. And first altcoin that I'm going to talk about is Curious of Mavia, and you have to look at the market cap. The market cap of this thing is $22 million at this stage. On different websites we see $9 million even, right? If you check on CoinGecko, for example, it shows $9 million, which is even better. It's even better, right? And something I want you to understand with your altcoins is that you have to think of them as of the ones that are supported by big players. And are these altcoins actually available on leverage? Because many people, they will be jumping into projects strictly on leverage. And when your altcoin is available on leverage, it has the highest upside that it only can have. So in order to figure out if your altcoin is actually available on leverage, you go on CoinMarketCap, you go on perpetuals. And with Mavia, imagine like it's actually $9 million in market cap, because CoinGecko and other websites, they talk about $9 million in market cap. It's actually available on the leverage on Binance. This is absolutely insane. And this is number 1 altcoin that I'm actually most bullish on at this stage. Moving further to the number 2. Number 2, if you're looking to buy into low cap altcoins, first is available on leverage. Second, it should be altcoin from this cycle, right? Here for some reason we also have Mavia as an example, but let me tell you what I'm going to tell you, right? And from my point of view, what they should have, they should be the best shorts of this cycle, which means that they had the highest market cap and they actually dumped the most, and they're almost at 0 levels at this stage. The charts, they kind of look like scams, but through people who are behind it, through businesses, through different things, you kind of understand that probably they will manipulate this thing very high from these levels, right? And here we have the chart of Mavia, just an example, right? I'm talking about the second altcoin I'm most bullish on, and I'm terribly irresponsibly long. So it actually was reaching a price of $40, but that was a very short period of time where we can take $10, and it's down like 93%, 93.5% since the all-time highs. These are type of plays you actually want to have, because first, it's available on leverage. Second, these are the best shorts of this cycle thus far. Mavia was the best short of the cycle. Like, you've been making the most money if you've been shorting this thing, which means that probably they dumped a bunch of money into the market. Probably they are very rich at this stage. Probably they have shit ton of money in order to send this thing back higher, and they should be sending this thing back higher. Why? Because it's an altcoin from the new cycle, from the current cycle. It did not have the manipulation from VCs yet Therefore, it should have the manipulation from VCs. Third of all, you should check who is behind your altcoin. What type of entities are behind your altcoin at this stage? And here, for example, we're checking the website called dropstop.com. It's free. You can check it to check out your altcoins. Ideally, you would want your altcoin to actually raise a bunch of money, right? Because it means that if people put a bunch of money into there, they will probably be expecting some returns out of that, right? For example, Sui got $400 million in investments, right? It's a bit different with the altcoin. I'm sure this is number 3 altcoin I'm most bullish on. It's a bit different in this case. It's only 7 million at this stage, but I think it's pretty good anyway. What you can see here is that investors into these altcoins are Binance Labs, right? Which they have all of the connections with Binance, and the fact that this altcoin I'm actually talking about is available on leverage on Binance, it means that they have all the connections, they have all the support. It was listed on spot or talked about or listed on spot at a certain point of time, so probably most likely it should be there one more time. And I'm talking to you about Mavi as well. This is the number 3 altcoin I'm most bullish on, and I'm terribly long at this stage. Irresponsibly long. Point number 4, your altcoin should have a ton of support from people with influence on this market. People like Becker, people like Crash. It should be receiving tons of support from this type of people. So let's actually figure out if the altcoin I'm most bullish on, which is the number 4 in this list, has actually this insane support from these insane people. First of all, if you would just search Mavi in leverage trading group by Crash, this is the guy who's behind Brad. He has 200 plus followers next. A lot of people follow him on his trades and they essentially just do what he does. You can see that he talks, and he was talking about Mavi quite a lot, right? And usually it means that he will probably continue to talk about this thing. So this coin probably has the support of one of the most popular famous people in this cycle, making $34 million in 2024 from his meme coin launch Brad. Point number 5, and the altcoin number 5 I'm actually most bullish on. Question you should ask yourself: did it have support from biggest influencers out there? And actually, it's not even like biggest influencers, it's just Becker, because Becker is the main guy in terms of retail altcoins. Right now he's talking about AI, but everyone knows that he's talking about gaming a lot. And most likely he'll come back to gaming altcoins at a certain point of time. You would want to understand, did Becker support it? Was he talking about it? And will he actually continue to talk about it? And here's exactly something we will be figuring out right now about the altcoin number 5, right? When I said money was going to run hard a few weeks ago, I didn't think it would run this hard. Hot damn, it won't stop. Good day for everyone in Neo-Toki that got into the seed pre-sale. So he's talking about Mavi here, which happened around a year ago, even like 1.5 years ago he was talking about it, right? But Ethereum was at $4,000 at that time. Right now Ethereum is again at $4,000. And since he's talking about the project, it means that the project has connections, not only to him, but into his private community as well, which is actually going to be the talk about altcoin number 6 and point number 6. Point number 6, Secret Alpha, I actually wanted to share as well. Something you should be thinking on about your altcoin. Is there a niche in this market with very wealthy people inside it that most of them are either DCing into or holding this altcoin or constantly talking about this altcoin, or were exposed as early investors into these altcoins? And imagine the early investors into the altcoin you are most bullish on are even in negatives currently. They are not in profits. A lot of them dump, right? This is the exactly the moment you would want to max leverage long this altcoin. And I won't be sharing screenshots here because I would probably be banned from this group if I would essentially be doing screenshots, but this one should be enough for you. Good day everyone in Neo-Toki that got into the seed pre-sale. I'm telling you 100%, most people in Neo-Toki, which is the private NFT community of Becker that actually costs quite a lot to enter into, they are talking about Mavi, they are holding Mavi. This is the time to be actually allocating into this asset. So I hope you understood the list of top 6 altcoins I'm most bullish on this market, and irresponsibly long at this stage. Not talking about the fact that essentially my goal is to run the highest earner, is to be positioned into the highest earner. Leverage allows me to do that. And second thing, the most amount of liquidity into any altcoins in this market are going to be entering the part of the space that is most retail focused out there. And there is nothing more retail focused out there than gaming altcoins from my point of view. So hope you got a lot of value from me explaining my top 6 list of most bullish altcoins for the bull run in 2025, which Alex Becker holds himself. Press the like button if you received any value from this video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Stay healthy and rich. I shall be seeing you tomorrow.